Good morning. Here we are on the banks of the Charles River, projecting from Weld Boathouse, where we have the good fortune of joining together possibly 40 plus crews this morning, honoring the sport of rowing and honoring contributions and life of Harry Parker, who died earlier this summer after 51 seasons with the varsity heavyweights. My name's Stuart Tucker, and I'm a rower from class of 92, rowed for Harry. I also had the good fortune to coach for him one season as an intern. Welcome to all who are here in body and all others who are here in spirit. In fact, just this morning we were hearing about a comparable tribute row in Sydney out of the Sydney Rowing Club. Excellent group of oarsmen down there putting something together to reflect their gratitude for Harry and also their honor of the sport. This morning we'll see several rowers, both from Harvard and Radcliffe, putting together eights of organized generally by a period of their own tenure in the rowing world, and they will also be some old friends making reacquaintances after possibly decades apart. Some of these people have been rowing ever since they left Harvard and Radcliffe, and some of them have hung up their oars until today, so it's nice for them to get back in a boat as well. We hope there are many people from the rowing community well beyond Harvard who are enjoying this fine day, perhaps on the water or perhaps listening in from afar. In a few minutes we'll be seeing the crews row by, and we will have, starting at the first bow number, a heavy crew from the 60s, and as with many of these crews, there are legends surrounding. Many of them have their own stories to tell, and others, their stories have gone on for several years after them. One of the most famous images in Newell Boathouse is actually of the Rude and the Smooth crew. We'll see some of them today as well for the mid-70s. And part of the tradition of rowing is that everybody who sets foot in a boat and hands on a blade or an oar handle have traditions that have gone before them. And some people talk about this sport as the ultimate team sport, and indeed it is, because if everybody's doing the right thing, the boat goes fast, and but if anybody lets up, then the boat does not go fast. Anybody who's been on a team understands that. The one thing about rowing is that there's nothing like the feeling of the boat when it's singing underneath the seats, when everybody's doing the right thing together. In a few minutes here we'll have our first crew coming up through Weeks and proceeding through the Anderson Bridge, which joins the Harvard Athletic Complex with the main academic campus in Cambridge. As with everything else in this sport, team effort is everything. There was a huge amount of effort to get this event put together, starting with a barbecue last evening for many people at one of the clubs in Cambridge, organized by David Wagner. Many thanks to him, and also thanks to Bob Scalise for speaking there. And today we have Christopher Boyd to thank, class of 1978, for putting all of these crews together, a monumental effort, sorting through everyone and making sure that the boats go forward. We also want to thank Steve Brooks, Charlie Hamlin for their part. I want to congratulate Charlie Butt, his appointment as the next varsity heavyweight coach. And here we have bow number 1 coming through with Steve Brooks in the stroke seat, class of 70, and Charlie Hamlin, 3 seat. It's the class of 70. Thanks to all these oarsmen for their support over the years, and also for demonstrating how much Harry did for all of us and how much this sport continues to do for others. Bow number 2, the 1971 lightweight 8, stroke by David Harmon, another great crew. Enjoyed many fine races coming out of Newell. Coming by the Empacher, bow number 3, the Rude and Smooth number 1 crew. And that was a very powerful period in Harvard heavyweight rowing history. Kind of a once-in-a-generation operation was that team during those years. Rick Grogan in stroke, and Tom Tiffany, the ubiquitous Tom Tiffany, class of 71, coxing. Next to bow number 4, the Rude and Smooth number 2. And here we have many other familiar names: Dave Fellows, stroke Woody Canaday, and Jim Ehrman in bow seat. Thanks to all of them for showing up. Rowing, by the way, with one of the traditional duckbill megaphones. 1976 lightweights, bow number 5, with Ned Reynolds at stroke, and John Higgins in 62 and number 4.
Granddaughter Anna Parker as cox, and it's Abby Parker as cox.
It's ABBA, short for Abigail, and that's a single.
No, it's a 4.
Oh, it's going to be. Excuse me.
And Anna, the granddaughter, is coxing it.
Thank you.
Okay. One on ABBA. You sure? No one ever. Okay.
Thank you. Number 7. The heavies from 76 to 78. Dave Bogosian at stroke, and Christopher Boyd, who organized all of this for all of us in the coxswain seat. Many thanks to Boydman. Bow number 8 going by. Harry Yu coxing. Thanks to Harry for coming back. Many of these outings, we'll probably never see one like this again, and certainly we haven't seen one like this before. So we're all lucky to be here, either in person or watching from abroad. Bow number 12 appears to have jumped. Good for them. Powerful crew, 88, 89. Jim Crick in stroke, Bill Ackman. There's Phil Schuler, Jack Rusher, Don Fawcett, Steve Wayne, Joe Harvey, Kevin Cameron, and Elliott Smith in bow. And 13, a ladies' plate crew from 1990. Mixed group there for sure. And we've got Pete Sherris and Keir Pearson, Chris Swan, Travis Metz, Ted Marple, George Henry, and Heb Bryan, and Dan Justice in that crew. Bow number 14, the heavies from 1990. This is the first crew from the 90s that will come by. And that's been, they're boating out of Weld today. Great group, stroked by Adam Holland and coxed by Bruce Schulman, who's up on the deck for a bit of added visibility, dusting off the cox box after a few years out of the boat. Bow number 15, the heavies second from the 90s. Impressive outfit, stroked by Nick Peterson, it appears. We've got Todd Crystal in the coxswain seat. John Gibbons, Scott McMullen, Dids Foldens, Oliver Rando, Nick, and Ben Hochberg. Bow number 16, just gone by, another crew from the 90s. Excellent outfit with Jeffrey Knauth coxing, and a variety of others, including the late 90s, Doug Goodman, Joe Feeney, and Todd Morgan. Bow number 17, Ladies Plate crew, 1998. Good to see these boys together again. Jason Kastner coxing and Danny Diaz, class of 99 in stroke, and Henry Newsom, 99 in 7-seat. Did some time on the national team. It's good to see these people return to their roots, show us where it started for them. Crew number 18, the heavies from 2000-2001. Sam Brooks in stroke, James Delaney in 7. Bow number 19, class of 2002. Good group there, looking quite strong. The younger they get, often, the stronger they are. Bow number 20, 2003-2005 heavies. Number 1, John Durham in 04, and thanks to John for organizing some of this weekend's events, most notably last evening's event. Stroke is Alex Chastain Chapman, class of 04. Also in that crew, Malcolm Howard, Olympian, Michael Blomquist, Aaron Holzfassel, Knut Klock, Will Riffelmacher. And bow number 22, leapt ahead, good for them, 2007-2012 heavies. Moving faster as we move along. 4-seat Otto Stagmeyer just finished up as an infantry officer in the Marine Corps. Number 24, just going through Anderson, the 2012 heavies. These boys ought to be fast, including Robbie Stone stroking and Pat LePage in 6-seat. 25, the 2012 current undergrads as well to the class of 2015. Looks as if they might have a spare coxswain in the 4-seat. Everybody steps up when there's a need. Good to see it. Bow number 26, calling themselves the Cross Decade Heavies. We've got a Vester shirt in stroke seat. Mr. Bob Mudge, class of 81. This crew is coxed by Kelly Evans, class of 2010. Next coming up, is bow number 29 in a Resolute. It's an alumni crew from Belmont Hill School. Rowing with Belmont Hill blades out of that boathouse. And these are oarsmen that rowed at both Belmont Hill and at Harvard for Harry. In that crew, the twins, the Fullers, and also stroke Peter Shawley, who's still an undergraduate here. Looking forward to seeing the rest of his rowing career. We will. Bow number 9, better late than never. Glad to see them. 83 heavy 8. Excellent outfit. And 23. Here they go along one of the training pococks. This is the class of 2009. With somebody from the class of 75. Again, pulling it together when they need to. Sam Canary and brother Jim is also here today. Sam is stroking that boat. number 11 working their way toward Anderson. Good for them. It's Great Day Rowing Club, exclusively from the class of 1987. An impressive group still. Honeywell, Kennelly, Hawley. People are still talking about that crew. Bow number 10. Letting it run. Plenty of spacing for them. Not easy to do that. One of those heavy pococks. Cross-decade lights. Always known for technique. Today it's paying off. And in the Resolute called the Everett Abbott, longtime boatman over at Newell. The 1980 Olympic 8, bow number 30. Great to get this group together again, coxed by Bob Jogstetter. And there, of course, Dick Cashin, class of 74 from the Rude and Smooth, and Charlie Altacruz, class of 80. Excellent to see them together again. Bow number 21, heavies from 2002, 2006. Another very strong period in Newell's history. On the heavy side, John Page is in bow seat. Nate Berner in 2, Sam Bryson in 3, Cam Winklevoss in 4, Tyler Winklevoss in 5, Joseph Medioli in 6, Tom Fleming 7 seat, Morgan Henderson in stroke, coxed by Amanda Kaplan Goodman. And here in our 4, Radcliffe Light, crew number 1, bow number 32. Another tribute to Harry's influence over here at Weld Boathouse. Rowers have also benefited. We're grateful to Weld also for joining together with this celebration this morning. Bow number 33, this is a Windsor School 4. Coxed by one of Harry's granddaughters, Anna Parker, and stroked by Harry's daughter, Abigail Parker. We're glad to see them here this morning. 38 quad Cambridge Boat Club blades, Tiff Wood and bow, with a variety of other experienced scullers as well, including John Bigelow, Christian Wood, and Chris Alsop. It's hard to imagine a better way in this hemisphere and this last night in Sydney, in the other hemisphere, to honor not only the sport but also what Harry did for people in the sport, not only at Harvard but all over this country and the world. Coming by a rogue entry, head of the Charles Regatta bow number, Fred Schock and stroke, Cambridge Boat Club, and the head of the Charles Regatta honoring Harry this morning as well. Bow number 40. They keep coming. This group today, Radcliffe Blades, mixed group from Mixed Eras. Good to see everybody honoring the sport, honoring Harry. Karen Welchek-Bueller in stroke seat. Chevy Stone sculling by. Windsor School, Princeton University, and Olympic sculler for the United States. Followed also by 2 sculls behind. Father Greg Stone, Rude and Smooth era, great supporter of university rowing. One Radcliffe 8 slowing down to make room for the scullers. These arches get tight. Coming by in a double. Another late entry, perhaps just out for a morning skull. Next boat going through without a bow number has got Union blades. Now here we are, bow number 28. Some Harvard colors. This for Jack Foley, Peter Huntsman, Tim Hackert, Sandy Blanchard, and Chris Ross, 1970s lightweight. More Union scullers. And our next four is bow number 27. Peter Rogers, Topher Cutler, Edward Porter, Monk Terry, strong supporter of rowing throughout the United States, involved with the OC, and Cox by Devin Mahoney Zimmerman, coxswain of the Grand Championship winning 8 in '85. Also a published author on this topic. Got one more four coming by. Blades out of Newell. Again, it's difficult to imagine a better tribute for Harry. He would be delighted. Somebody who liked to see boats go fast and liked to see others do well as long as they were in his program. It's a good man honoring everyone who did his best in the sport. Thanks. Coming from Weld Boathouse. Watching crews out of Newell and Weld today. Honoring Harry Parker and his tributes to the sport.